Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Adele here from Your Healing Path and Dare to Be Authentic. And it's another really, really cold day in Sydney. I've been up since about 2:30 working, and my fingers are icy cold. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Now, I also noticed, I went back and I watched a couple of the videos that I did last week, and they were all hideously pixelated. I apologise for that. And I think it had something to do with the lighting. So I've changed the lighting now, and I've got to tell you, I'm looking at myself on the screen, and maybe it's just a little bit too bright. Hey, Dameen, how you going? It's maybe just a little bit too bright, so I'll get the lighting right. It's the changing seasons. Guys, this morning, it's always interesting to me that, your life gets reflected back on you on a daily basis. Hey, Simon, you're up late. And, the sensations that people are going through, they cycle. When you've made a connection with someone, you actually feel what they're going through, and particularly when you are connected to the collective. Hello, Dawes. You've been up with me all morning, I know. Particularly when you tap into the collective, and you can seriously, you feel what's going on with everyone that you've connected to. And then I read Tanya's comment yesterday, and it really inspired me to talk about today's topic, which is, energetic ties. And I just want to show you, okay, because, we seem to have gotten to the point now where, and I'm so pleased about it, where members are actually putting out there what they want to know about. And as challenging as it is for me to sort of come up with what I like to refer to as down-to-earth explanations about things, we sort of don't delve in. Look at this. Look at the shadows. Look, I don't really have that, like the bags under my eyes are not as bad as that. And I'm going to go and watch this back again and go, oh, stupid, there was nothing there. Yes. So when I read Tanya's comment and I started thinking about it, and I went, wow, energetic ties and what happens when you bond with someone, and is it soulmates? Is it what is it? What is it actually all about? So I just want to show you. I'm going to flip my camera. That up there are, oh, and that's me. Hello. Are all the notes that I've made this morning, getting ready for talking about this topic this morning. So if I stop and refer to my notes, that's what's going on. So I want to show of hands, and I reckon there'll be virtually everyone that's watching this, whether it's here today or watching it on the replay. Show of hands, who has ever met someone that they feel kind of really gets them, that from the moment, possibly not from the moment they say hello, or it could be, where you just kind of go, wow, I really like this person. They really get me and I get them. It's someone who you have a conversation with them and they understand the way you think. And they thank you to me. Yay! Someone who, this is a big one for me, someone who doesn't make fun of you for your beliefs, but actually understands where you're coming from. And they actually love you for it. They hear what you have to say. Not only do they get it, and actually even if they don't get it, they just go, you know what, that's really cool. And they love you for it. And further to that, someone who you're so comfortable with that nothing's embarrassing. Once you get over that, I don't actually know this person that well, and you start, communicating, nothing's actually embarrassing. Nothing is too silly to say, because you're not going to get judged, because they get you, right? Casper wants to come in. Yes. Casper and I are developing that bond. Not quite there yet. Basically someone who, if you were to walk away from the situation and then look back on it, you describe them as your soulmate. And this could be someone who is male or female. It could be a young person, an older person. It could be someone who ends up being a lifelong friend. It could be a workmate, anyone. Basically, someone that you feel connected to. So I want to talk about that, because once you do make a connection with someone that way, there is an energetic tie. And the stronger that bond becomes, the more connected you become, the more entwined you become with their energy, and they become entwined with your energy. And I'm not going to say to the extreme, but to a very large extent, when that becomes really strong, all sorts of strange stuff starts happening. Like, you'll be thinking of them and you'll get an email from them. Or they'll be thinking of you and you just go, I've just got to call this person. I don't, and I've referred to things like telepathy and stuff like that, because really that's kind of what it is. You're communicating on an energetic level. Now, for those of you who don't get that or don't believe that, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I'm fine. But what I can tell you, given that my work is based on energy, and there goes Casper, it happens. It happens all the time. All the time. So what happens though when... Sorry, bad habit of mine, right? So I don't like a messy... Yes, synchronicity, Simon. I don't like a messy cup, so I tend to run my finger around it, which is not the most attractive thing to see on video. Apologies. What happens if that bond extends to love? What happens if that bond extends to romantic love? Well, if neither of you are sort of, in a relationship, woohoo, happy days. If you're in relationships, that can prove difficult. If one of you wants a relationship and the other one doesn't, that proves difficult. But there is a way around it. There really is a way around it. It's not easy. I always say these things, right? It's not easy. And, when I say it's not easy, it doesn't mean it's not simple. But here's the thing, right? When you know yourself well enough, when you're connected to your feelings well enough, and you actually experience the sensations of emotion, then it can be difficult, because what you find is that you're experiencing these emotions and you kind of go, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. How am I supposed to work through it? So here's a couple of things, and I'm going to refer to my notes. There's a couple of scenarios. When you are connected with someone and it's, let's say it's not going to work, and you feel that you have to cut ties with that person, if you cut the ties, and it's possible to cut the ties, if you cut the ties and it leaves you feeling bad, there's still something in you that needs to be healed. There's something about that person that fulfilled something in you. And if you cut yourself off from them and it feels really wrong, it means that you've still got healing to do. In the same vein, if you feel that they have cut you off and you feel lost, and you go through that gamut of emotions because they have disconnected from you, then you have healing to do. I keep saying, guys, this is all about what's going on with you. The actions of another person cause a reaction in you, and that reaction in you is what needs to be dealt with. Now, if it all goes beautifully and you stay connected, regardless of circumstance, and it feels good, that means you're healing. It means that something in you is being satisfied. And if you can embrace that aspect of it and move forward with that aspect of it, Casper again, then you're actually taking yourself a long way towards healing, okay? We then have the scenario where, you sort of both may potentially drift apart. And I believe that when that happens, then a couple of things have happened. You have been healed in that aspect of your life. They have been healed in that aspect of your life. And as callous as it may sound, it's not meant to be callous. You've each served a purpose in each other's lives. And once that purpose is fulfilled, it's okay to drift apart. It's okay to let go. The difficulty comes in being forced to let go when you're not ready to. And that's heartbreaking, right? So that's what people refer to as being heartbreaking. And it is. It really is. So what do we do? What do we do with all of this? Okay, I'm going back to my notes. Big topic, this one. The first thing that you can do to start allowing yourself to heal in the process is to realize that people come into your life for a reason. It may not always be apparent to you, it may not always be evident what that reason is, but they come into your life for a reason. And you may have a purpose to fulfill in their life or vice versa, either way. The second thing is acknowledge for yourself that there are aspects in you that need to be healed. If you're having an emotional reaction towards a person, if you feel this connection with another person, then something in you actually needs to be healed. Now, I'm not saying that people that, and again, keeping in mind we're talking about romantic relationships now, not necessarily just friendship. Yeah, exactly, Simon. A reason, a season, or a lifetime. It could be any of those things. And that leads into what I was about to say. That doesn't mean that anyone who falls in love is trying to be fulfilled. And that's the sole purpose of it. It's not the sole purpose of it. As in S-O-L-E, not S-O-U-L. If you fall in love with someone and you end up spending the rest of your life with that person, it doesn't actually mean that you have to spend the rest of your life healing something within you. It's been satisfied and you're good with it and you want to keep going with that. And that's fucking awesome. I so got to stop swearing, but I get excited and I swear and I do apologize. Naughty me. The third thing to remember, and this is a really big one. This is a really big one as Casper's about to jump on the table again. It's so important to understand that you cannot always control how you feel and how long it takes to heal. You can't force it. Thanks to me. Yes, it's that passion thing that happens in me. No matter how much you want to say, I want to get over this person or I want to get over this situation, if you haven't healed, you can frickin' push till the cows come home and it won't work. Sorry. However, there is a way around it. And it's about, again, looking inside yourself. So, I can't say it again, Simon. I've got to tell you this thing that happens to me, right, when I'm on live feed. I'm a little bit embarrassed about this. I don't often remember what I have said on a live feed. I don't. So I quite often have to go back and watch what I have said because I don't always remember what I've said. So take of that what you will. a way around it. A way around it. If you really feel that you need to let go of this person, you've decided, or they have decided that it's not going to work. But you can't let go. What you can do for yourself. And this is a little bit of a heartbreaking process, because it is about looking, and my eyes are starting to burn now. You have to look inside yourself. You have to look inside and work out what's going on with you. So that process means find yourself a space, grab yourself a piece of paper and pen, and sit down and work out what it is about this person that satisfies a need in you, and identify what that need is. Because all the while that is not being satisfied, and you see this trait in another person, they will always be appealing. So identify what that trait is. Identify what it is about that person, and identify what it is that they fulfill in you. That's step one. Hard step. As I said, it is about self-reflection, and that's not always an easy thing. And quite often when we are looking within ourselves for that, we are clouded with our own emotional fog and can't see clearly beyond what's right in front of our face. So that process, identify what it is that this person is fulfilling in you. Make a list. Review that list and really absorb what it is that you're looking for, that this person potentially embodies in you or for you. And then you can start welcoming those aspects into your life. You start seeing those aspects in other people in your life. And you start healing as you are given the things that you need. You know, the love, the attention, the admiration, all of those things, and so many more things, so much more. You guys have to identify for yourselves what it is that you're looking for, and what this person fulfills in you. Once that happens, you can then say, actually, this is what I'm looking for, and this is what I welcome into my life. And I guarantee you, when you do that, you will start seeing those aspects in all the other people that come into your life. And parts of that will be satisfied in you. And Casper's about to jump? No. It's very interesting doing these things with a cat jumping up and down off the table. So that's how you can start. So for Tanya, I hope that that's helped you a little bit. For anyone else who is watching and is going through this process or has been through this process, I hope that also helps. Again, the key things: soulmates, energetic ties, the bonds that we form with friends and loved ones and family eventually. Once you stop looking at family as family and start looking at them as people, you go through this weird kind of morph thing, and you let go of the family tie and start acknowledging them as people, and then you've got to start learning who they are. It's quite a phenomenal experience. So, those bonds as well. You look at all of those things. Again, the spinny outy thing for me, given that I work with energy, is how powerful it can be once a bond has been formed. It's quite incredible. Right. To then sort of assess your situation and look at whether or not it's going to work, or if it's, whether it's even viable to keep going with that. and decide whether you do want to continue with it or not continue with it. The other person has decided they want to continue with it or not continue with it. These are all things that need to be taken into account. At the end of the day, if you are the one that is feeling bad about how a situation is going, it's about you. So you need to look at that for yourself. Right, Dameen? Yeah. You need to look at that for yourself, and you do need to start looking at what is it in you that has been missing that this person fulfills as the rest of my family comes to join me. Just barge on in. Anyway, I want to leave you on a final note, and you know, right or wrong, you can't push it. You've got to allow yourself to heal properly. Otherwise, you will find yourself in this situation again and again and again and again. The pattern keeps repeating until you deal with what's going on. You know, it's just the way it goes. You have to give yourself the time. You have to give yourself the respect to deal with what's going on. And once you do that, you start experiencing freedom. Like real freedom. Like seriously, real freedom. So, as always, guys, if you know what? I'm going to be honest here, right? I struggle with these things as well. You know, I make connections with people. And, you know, given the work that I do, obviously that's going to happen. And more often than not, after I've been working with someone, they are on my mind constantly after a session. Some longer than others. And breaking that connection is not something that I do readily or easily. And it's challenging, but I do love it. I love being connected to the people that I work with. Yeah, just needed to add that in there because, you know, when I talk about these things, again, I'm not just pulling shit out of books. I'm not. I come to you guys with ways to work through things. So you don't end up floundering like I am right now. I get a little bit cheeky sometimes, don't I? Just a wee bit cheeky. Guys, have a fabulous, fabulous Monday. I've even almost forgotten what day it was. There we go. I've just taken myself back and forwards and backwards and forwards. I'm going to read what Dawes has written. You aren't free until you learn the lesson you're meant to live from the relationship to break the cycle. Then you heal, then you fly. Thank you, Dawes. Thank you, Dawes, because I was stumbling to find my words there, darling. And you found them for me. Thank you so much. Perfect example of what happens when you create a bond with a person where they say words that you're thinking and they come to your rescue. Dawes, thank you. Have a fabulous day, everyone. I was supposed to go to a seminar today. Not happening. Too many things to do at home. However, a reminder, I'm free on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday this week to take any calls, any breakthrough calls. If anyone wants to take advantage of the June promotion, please do so. There is no obligation with a breakthrough call. It's about you. It's about you and finding out what you need. So, do it! Yes! Have a fabulous day, and I will catch you guys later on in the week. Mwah! I love you beyond words. Bye.